Let's start our chanting before the meditation. You can follow our chanting book. Please turn to page number 5. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. the three refuges. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Next page, the 5 precepts. Pāṇātiපාtā vīremani sikkhapaдаṃ samadhiyāmi, Adinādāna vīremani sikkhapadaṃ samadhiyāmi, Kāmesu micchāchārā vīremani sikkhapadaṃ samadhiyāmi, Musāvādā vīremani sikkhapadaṃ samadhiyāmi, Suramēraya majja pamādadhāna vīremani sikkhapadaṃ samadhiyāmi. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that word can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagavā arahant sammā sambuddho vijñācarane sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sārati සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakhato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko iripatsiko opanayiko panchattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Subhatipanno bhagavatu savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavatu savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavatu savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavatu savaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Adhe purisa punggala Ise bhagavatu savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyakitang lokasasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarabdeditene Dipene tamedang sina Tilokadipang sambuddhang Pujayami tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene Drupenahang sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyang tang Puja bhajane muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vanne gandhe gunopetang etang kusuma santating Pujayami munindasya siripade tarovi Pujemi buddhang kusumina nina punyena metena labhami mokkang uppang nilayati yatha idang mi Ayo tatayati vinasa bhavang. Offering of water. Adivasetu no bante paniyang parikampitam Anukampang upadaya
පතිගන්හාතු උත්තමේ.
Offering of drinks.
අධිවාසේතුනු බන්ති ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තමේ.
Worship of shrines.
වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සබ්බතානේසු පතිත්ථිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being.
ඉච්ඡේව මච්ඡන්තේ නමස්සේනියං නමස්සේ මානු රතනත්තයං යං පුඤ්ඤාභි සන්දං විපුලං අලත්තං තස්සානු භාවේන අතන්තරායෝ.
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the link in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment. Wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees it with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
नहीं අරගෙන අතේ තියෙන්නේ Welcome everyone for the meditation. We would start our regular meditation as usual. And it's so glad that you all have joined us today again in our outdoor meditation. And this is the last Wednesday that falls within the rainy retreat, the Vassana period. So the next, the tomorrow will be the full moon, so that will be the last day of the rainy retreat. So we will have our ceremony on Sunday. So let us engage in this practice as the last Wednesday of the Vassana period, the rainy season. We have been doing extra practices during this period, and we have been studying, and so this will be our important effort as a part of the rainy season or Vassana period practice. So rejoice this opportunity that you are all here and joining this meditation, and we will make a determination that we will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly, and we will make use of this opportunity. We will make use of this wholesome gathering, and we will engage in a committed practice. So make that determination now. With that determination, let us listen to the bell and help ourselves to gather our attention here. And then we will do our chant, Namo Buddhaya. And then at the end of the chant, Bhante Punna will help us to practice loving kindness meditation and meditation on breathing.
Dear spiritual friends, now we will practice meditation. In meditation, we gradually relax our body and mind. Relaxed, settled awareness we bring into a wholesome state. We maintain our awareness or the mindfulness to maintain that wholesomeness constantly, keeping our full attention on the wholesomeness that we bring into ourselves. In our meditation, we practice basically loving kindness meditation and meditation on breathing. Loving kindness, loving friendliness is a wholesome mental object. We can grow very deep, wholesome state with the support of the loving kindness awareness. Then we practice silent meditation. In silent meditation, we practice breathing meditation. We all know without our attention, breathing in and out is occurring in this body. But in breathing meditation, we focus our attention to this natural occurrence, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out itself is a physical activity. By bringing our awareness onto this physical activity, we build a bridge to connect this physical activity to our mental factor. By keeping our awareness on breathing, we can notice that we have an anchor to hold and keep breathing in and out. It's a very neutral, natural, something occurring within. Usually, our awareness goes all over the world, relaxing the body and mind, bringing our awareness to this very neutral physical factor is a blissful state of our mind. So we can cultivate mindfulness with the support of the breathing meditation. If you are willing to go further into the depth of the meditation, it helps you to cultivate the four foundations of mindfulness. First, we will start and practice loving kindness meditation, and then you can practice silently breathing meditation. In loving kindness meditation, we always guide you. We do it out of compassion. We think that it will help you to guide your mind and bring your mind and your awareness into a blissful state of your mind. Therefore, dear friends, we will bring our attention first to our body and observe the body, and you are sitting in a very spiritual posture. You know that it is a very spiritual posture, keeping body upright, sitting in a cross-legged posture, closing eyes gently, resting the palms on the lap. It is a very special posture. In this posture, if you focus, if you sharpen your awareness, you are able to notice feelings in the body. All the feelings from the top of the body to the tips of the toes. You can feel all the sensations. And we all know we have all different feelings in our bodies, in different areas, with the different causes and conditions. We have different feelings. Especially if you notice any unpleasant feelings, we directly address those feelings and feel them. By feeling them, you can notice that tightness, pressure, pains in all those feelings. It seems that they are unavoidable. But in deep relaxation, it is a miracle that you can completely feel relaxed, ease, comfortable. The only thing that you have to do is focus your attention to the area and relax those areas. Wherever you feel, whatever feelings you have, just feel them and relax. externally or internally. Relax your body from the top of the head to the tips of the fingers and to the tips of the toes. Feel, scan, and relax. 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 Relax your body. Relax your body. Just let body to be in this posture and notice this main the motionlessness of this body. If you do not relax your body very gently, the muscles and the feelings encourage you to move body here and there. But in deep relaxation, the body, the muscles are not trying to move here and there. That is why you focus to each and every parts of the body, whatever the feelings that you have, feel them and then relax. Relax. Continuously relax the body. Relax the body. Now you can bring your attention to your awareness, to your mind. Though you don't know exactly where the mind does exist, but you know that you have awareness. In your awareness, you have past memories. In your awareness, you have future expectations and hopes. You have awareness right now, and you are able to feel your body right now, right here. And you know what you are thinking, the way you are thinking. In our mind, we have past memories. We gently understand past is gone and we just let them go. The future related thoughts are also the same. They are not yet come true and just let them go. Bring your full awareness to the present moment. Right now, right here, in this pleasant posture. You can notice that you have observed precepts in this motionless posture. The body itself has observed precepts. Verbally and mentally also. Mind and body deeply relaxing and remaining in a very spiritual mode. The body is not moving, it is not engaging with any unpleasant activities, harmful activities. Verbally, you are pleasant. Most of the time, you are in silence. Thoughts are occurring in your mind, they are not bothering you. Mentally, physically, and verbally, you are in wholesome state. You disengage from all the unwholesome engagements. Be happy about your this firm establishment. Now we will practice loving kindness meditation. Loving kindness meditation. You have heard enough the word loving kindness. Love and kindness together brings the meaning to the word metta, maitri, friendliness. This friendliness is very wholesome and genuine, without any expectations. Loving kindness. We all know that we are seeking the loving kindness. It is very hard to receive the loving kindness all the time. But we can generate the loving kindness. The loving kindness is a healing energy. We will cultivate loving kindness in our mind with the support of the teachings of the Buddha. As the Buddha instructed us, we cultivate the loving kindness to understand the gravity of the loving kindness. The Buddha has used a simile, a mother who takes care of her only baby. Think about a mother who takes care of her only baby. The mother is having enormous blissful loving kindness thoughts towards her only baby. The mother is doing everything for the benefit of the baby without expecting anything return. Think about the loving kindness. Think about the gravity and the strength of the loving kindness of the mother who is taking care of the only baby. We will nurture the same love, same loving kindness in our heart instead of seeking from other side of the world, seeking from the outside world. We will generate the loving kindness within, in our mind, in our heart. And we will feel the cooling effect of the loving kindness mentally, verbally, and physically. And notice that you are able to transform yourself with the support of your own wholesome thought, loving kindness. You transform yourself, loving kindness, with the support of the loving kindness. You transform yourself verbally, mentally, and physically. Feel the loving kindness mentally, feel the loving kindness verbally, feel the loving kindness physically. Make a wish. May my mind be well. May my mind be healed. On and off, think about a mother who takes care of her only baby. Same way, you maintain boundless loving kindness towards your own beautiful mind. You have a wholesome, beautiful mind. Right now, you know that you can maintain the loving kindness upon your own mind. Mind becomes gentle and purified. May the mind be healed. May the verbal expressions be blissful. and also radiate the loving kindness to the body. Deeply appreciate this body from the skin to the internal organs. Deeply, deeply appreciate this body. This body is a gift. It is a wonderful gift. Use this opportunity to be grateful to this body. May this body be healed. May this body be healthy. Of course, we all have unpleasant feelings, some aches and pains are hurting, but I still think comparatively these feelings can tolerate. Instead of being worried about the pains and aches of the body, we will be grateful to have such a great gift. The appreciation is the one of the great qualities of the loving kindness. Appreciation brings the healing energy to the body. Deeply appreciate this body. May this body be healed. May this mind be healed. Feel the loving kindness mentally, verbally, and physically. Feel your loving kindness. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. Feel your loving kindness. Feel your healing loving kindness. You have founded this beautiful loving kindness from your own inner your spiritual world. Sometimes you did not put enough attention, that's why you did not see that. But now you know that you have such a great potentiality, inner strength to bring the loving kindness to yourself. Truly, you are enjoying your deep loving kindness. You have. You have such a great potentiality, such a great ability, such a great capacity to have a blissful loving kindness within. Feel your loving kindness. May you be well. May you be well. May you be healthy. May you be healthy. Individually, we will feel our loving kindness, and we will share our loving kindness with our spiritual friends. The friends who are practicing loving kindness right now, here and there. May my spiritual friends be healed, be healthy. Radiate your genuine loving kindness towards your spiritual friends. May you feel the strength of my loving kindness. May you feel the peace which is coming out from the loving kindness. May you be well. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May you be well. May you be well. May you be well. Observe your genuine loving kindness. The loving kindness is overflowing, reaching to the spiritual friends. And spiritual friends are becoming happy with this blissful, wholesome, loving kindness wish. May my spiritual friends be well. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May you be well. May you be well. May you be well. We can share our loving kindness with our friends, family members, relatives, near and far. May they be well. May they be well. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. If there are any inevitable difficulties, still may you gain the courage and strength to overcome them and maintain the firmness within. May you be well. May you be happy. And radiate your loving kindness with the people in your neighborhood, in the city neighboring cities, county neighboring counties, state neighboring states, throughout the nation. All the people who are going through many difficulties, may they be free from the dangers. May they be well. May they be able to be happy. May they be well. May they be well. Even we can share our loving kindness with all the animals, creatures, insects. May all beings be well, near and far, large and small. May all beings be well. Now look within. See the loving kindness within. Feel the loving kindness that you have. We will remain in our blissful state of our mind, loving kindness mind. May you all be well. May I be well. Be well. Just relax. Be well. Be well. Be well. Using our loving kindness awareness, we will practice breathing meditation. We will observe our natural breath. You can notice the touch sensation of the air. It might be on your upper lips, inside the nostrils, or the chest, or the belly. Wherever you feel the expansion and the contraction, inhalation and exhalation. Maintain your lovely awareness, undisturbed awareness, coming out from the wandering habit. Now we are sitting with your in breath and out breath. Just observe this natural, very important activity in the body. Breathing in and out is the foremost vital activity in the body. Firmly accept the vitality of the in breath and out breath and keep your awareness on that. There is no any other substance in this body rather than this in breath and out breath. This is the most precious, foremost important vital activity. Without going away from this object, we can keep our awareness on this natural, very important physical activity, breathing in and breathing out. It is happening here and now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now. Relax and watch the breath. Be with the breath.
Nibbhaya Sukapattacha Nisukha Hontu Sabbepi Paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us deeply feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation tonight. Feel grateful to this device that helped us to connect to this meditation and to all other things, including this chair, the cushion, this bell, and everything that helped our meditation. With deep gratitude towards all people and all things that made this meditation possible for us today, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, I hope that we all had a nice meditation. Now it is time for us to have some discussion, some reflections. So we have been discussing the chanting card that we were supposed to chant or recite during this Vasana period. So we are in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th wish today. Anyway, this will be the last Wednesday of the Vasana period. So I don't know whether we have enough time to talk about other wishes, but let's see. But today we will discuss this 7th wish. So 7th wish we make every day is, may all beings be free from fear, grief, and attachments. May all beings be free from fear, grief, and attachments. So 3 things. We are making a wish that may all beings be able to be free from 3 things: fear, grief, and attachments. So I think when we think about different forms of suffering that people are going through, very common 2 forms of suffering that we experience is fear and grief. These 2 emotions can be like one of the
most frequently experienced emotions. And in fact, most of the time we may even fluctuate between fear and grief. Fear and grief. Interestingly, these two emotions, fear and grief, are related to two different time periods. Fear is usually future oriented. Right? We are afraid of something, or maybe we create fear with reference to something that may happen in the future. So it's always future directed. And grief, what do you think? Yeah, grief is related to what happened already. So these two emotions, so future oriented and past oriented. And so whenever we think about future, it is possible that we experience fear, and then when we think about past, and we can experience grief. So when Bhante advised us to come to this present moment to our meditation, let go of the past. Moment that we let go of the past, we also let go of a lot of grief. And the moment we let go of the future, we also let go of lot of fear. But these emotions are very common, and 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 is part of our life. But we can also overcome them. So that is why we are making our own effort to overcome them. At the same time, we are making this wish that may all other beings be able to overcome them. So when it comes to fear, we need to understand there are two types of fear. One is one can be very basic fear that is related to our survival, related to our survival of the organism. So that is quite basic. That if maybe if something is coming towards you, you will get fearful, and then you will jump out of it, right? Automatically. So that is basic fear. Those fears are like momentary. But the second type of fear, that is maybe more complex kind of fear, that we generated based on mental projections, based on perceived threats, based on what we think that what could happen. And that's the kind of fear that can be unhelpful, that can be harmful to us. So basically, fear can help us to pay attention to the things in our life that we need to do something. So fear can be a good motivator to act. So fear has a role in our life. But if we don't, and once the fear is kind of helping us to give us some indications that you need to pay attention to this. And once the fear does its job, we should be able to let go of it, and we should use the fear to do some activity rather than keeping it in our mind. So I think these days fear can be a quite common emotion that we all experiencing. So we should learn from the fear, understanding where we should pay our attention to and where we should have precautions, and then let go of it. And once we take the actions, and we can let go of it. And we can also have fear about so many things, usually future oriented. I think what we can do is instead of staying in the fear, we should look for activities. We should look for things that we can do. And so in that way, we can actually go beyond the fear. And of course, best way is to if everyone learn these techniques of mindfulness to be aware of one's fear, and we can gradually decide, use the fear as a messenger, and then do something about it and let go of the emotion, and then we'll be free from that. That's our wish, that may people have that wisdom. And then when it comes to grief, and of course fear, if you don't take care of the fear, it will it will grow into what we call anxiety. So if we control it at the level of fear, we are free. So that is why we need more mindfulness and more ability, and not to be afraid of fear. Fear is helpful to some level, helping us to remind us things, helping us to have concern for things that is important. And then once we make the decision, once we take the actions, and we can let go of it. And grief, as we discussed, is past related. Something happened in the past. So it's very common human emotions. We grieve things. We miss things. We grieve our losses. It can be related to a loss or maybe regrets of what we did. It's common. But I think the Buddha's point in this case is that no matter how justified our grief is, it is not helpful. Grief cannot accomplish anything. That's the point. No matter how justified is our grief, and no matter we may have all rights to grieve. We may have a really substantial cause to have the grief, but it simply doesn't do anything for us, doesn't bring us anywhere. So therefore, we should acknowledge it, we should embrace it, we should accept it, and then gradually we should learn what I can do. In fact, actually, Buddha has a direct statement. He's saying that lamenting and sorrowing will not bring us anywhere. We will not accomplish any aim, even a little bit, by sorrowing and lamenting. Instead, we should focus on what we can do right now. So it's also kind of let go, letting go, accepting, embracing, and letting go, and focusing on what we can do right now to change the future, because we can't change the past. So if we focus on the things that we can do, then we can change the future. Same with the fear. But then the last one, we is saying that may all beings be free from fear, grief, and attachments. The last one is the basis for us to have fear and grief. So we also, this wish is a quite complete wish. People suffer due to focusing on too much on the future. People suffer due to focusing too much on the past, and the attachments is the basis for their suffering. So we make this complete wish that may all beings be able to be free from fear, grief, and attachments. So attachments is the basis. That means it's emotional involvement. Too much emotional involvement, not emotion, but more like a self-centered emotional involvement. That is what is happening in an attachment. So it's more like we try to we identify ourselves with so many things around us. So that's the one feature of the attachment. How we identify ourselves with so many things around us. We can identify ourselves with with our city. We can identify ourselves with our country, or with our it can be large, it can be small, even ultimately even with our body. So whatever forms of identification that can lead to attachments, of course, we need this certain level of attachments to function in the world. But sometimes we take them too seriously. We have to have a conventional identity to function. But when we take it too seriously, and it can produce so much suffering. So the Buddha's point is that it's quite normal for our mind to get attached, it's very normal to identify ourselves with so many things, but we need to be mindful about these things, because these things will ultimately produce suffering. And one good example would be, particularly in this country, people can be so identified with their sport teams, right? And so of course you can support. We can have some, um, some what you call some connection to a sport team. But when you really, really identify yourself with, and whenever the sport team defeats, and you get you suffer a lot. Nature of the sport team said, they win, they lose. They win, they lose, and no one will, win all the time. So we should learn like to disassociate ourselves to some level. We can, maybe, I don't know whether people can do that. When these teams win, you associate with it, you identify with it. When they lose, you disassociate with them. But that's not really the practice. That's not really the practice. But that will be a good example for us to understand, how suffering can arise when we are too much, identify, too much attached to anything. It is normal nature, but we can gradually, overcome them. When it comes to attachment, I think there are many forms of attachment, right? It's not only one thing. Right, Bante, how many attachments are there? I mean,
Mainly in Buddha's teaching, actually attachments called in Pali language it's called Bante Upadana, right?
Upadana, yes.
Yeah, so four kinds of Upadana mainly we find in Buddha's teaching in these courses. So how it comes in Pali is first one is Kama Upadana.
Mhm.
Let me mention in Pali first one. So it is familiar for me. Kama Upadana. Then the second one is Ditti Upadana.
Okay.
Then the third one is Silabbata
Mm.
Upadana. And the last one is called Attavada Upadana.
Mhm.
The first one, Kama Upadana. Kama means in English we can translate it into something like sensual pleasures,
Pleasures, yeah.
sensual pleasures,
Attachment.
attachments to sensual pleasures. Then second one is Ditti. Ditti means views. As you last week also we
Attachment to
attachments to views.
is very important, right? And
Yeah, views.
yeah, we can attach not only to sensual pleasures, we can attach to views,
Views,
ideas.
Yeah. So
Views
last
and ideas.
we last week we discussed something about views, Pande, right? Last week or day before last.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
conceit. Yeah.
So the third one is Silabbata. It is also attachments to maybe rites and rituals.
Yeah. Too much attachment.
Too much attached to any kind of vows or any kind of rites or rituals who can practice something like extreme, right?
Yeah, extreme. Yeah.
Last one is Attavada Upadana. That is attachment to the notion or the concept of soul or self.
Yeah.
So these fourfold attachments we find in Buddha's teaching. There are some other upadana, but mainly these four attachments we call upadana. Yes. Third one is called Silabbata. It is, we can translate rites, attachments to rites and rituals. Very simply, we can translate it like something like that. So
Customs, maybe.
yeah.
I mean, it's not really not asking not to do them, but simply attached to them too much.
Attachment is more dangerous. So I think Bante, when we compare,
Even attaching to your coffee in the morning.
So when we talk about the first two, the fear and grief, as a wish we can do. May all beings be free from fear and grief and attachments. So when we compare with the first two with the attachments, actually we can do something to remove one's fear or grief mentally, not some verbally or physically, doing something to remove someone's fear or grief.
We can help others.
We can
right?
help others.
We can console them. We can support them.
Support them. But when it comes to attachment, it's somewhat dangerous. If someone attached extreme to any kind of views or any kind of these sensual pleasures, it's somewhat more dangerous, Bhante, I think. So
I
maybe
think these days we experience, people's attachment to views, right? A lot, right?
yeah.
How they get so much agitated whenever you talk about certain topics that are related to certain, views. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is why we need to be mindful, that in those things can generate. But I think we need to distinguish between, real concerns and fears, and then, maybe our duty as a citizen, and then too much attention to certain specific views. So I think there's a subtle, balance we need to do, Yeah. So that is a difficult thing for us to do, like how to distinguish this, the healthy way of being concerned and healthy way of being responsible as a citizen of a country or society, and then how we should stay without being so much agitated and being fanatic and, generating fear and grief within us, and also spreading that fear and grief to so many others. That's the challenge that we all have. That is why we need more mindfulness. Right, Bante? Bante, like to say anything about fear, grief, and attachments? So I think now we have some, deep understanding. When we make this wish, it's a complete wish. Actually, we are making, for the whole beings. If all beings, this is the normal, forms of suffering that they will experience. Beings will experience suffering in forms of fear or in forms of grief, and that is coming from attachment. So let us make a wish that may all beings be able to, like, find ways to observe their fear and let go of it, and, use the fear only as a signal, and then, let go of it and do the action, and then also use the grief, be able to observe the grief and let go of the past and focus on what they can do in the present moment to change the future. I mean, they also be aware that, these fear and grief come from some forms of attachments, and may they be able to use their wisdom to detect them and see them and gradually loosen those grips and be free, because otherwise we are not free. So we can free. So that is the wish that we are doing every morning to ourselves and also to all beings. Otherwise, all beings are in a cage. They are restricted. They are like limited. So we want everyone to be liberated. That's our wish. Yes. Hmm? Yes, exactly. So very good observation, Nancy. Yeah, underneath the attachment is ignorance. Yes, Bante. Yeah, ignorance. Of course, ignorance. Based on ignorance, we believe that certain things, exist in a permanent way, and we take things more seriously than they actually are. That's based on ignorance. So we can say ignorance and attachment, and then fear and grief as the, as what is manifesting as a result. Yes. Okay. Or practice. Hmm. That's a good question. How do you not attach to practice?
Practice equanimity.
That's a good answer. Practice equanimity in order not to get to attached to practice. I think, what is meant here is that, we can follow certain customs, certain way of life, we thinking that external forms of that practice itself will bring certain spiritual growth. You may think that if you don't eat certain kinds of food, and that will bring purity to you, and if you don't wear certain kind of clothes, and that will bring purity to you. If you go to certain river, and then you get bathed and get bath and get a bath, and you will be purified. Those, we can have those kind of practices. So I think the idea here is that don't attach the external forms of practices, and we always need to pay attention to the internal part of what we are, why we are doing it. Okay, let us now move to the other part of the program. Sharing merit parts is page number 14. So this is the time for us to share and be generous and selflessly share all the good merits that we generated. By doing this chanting together and practicing this meditation and engaging in this wholesome discussion, we have generated so much goodness in our heart, so much good merits, good karma. And now it is the time that we can share all these good merits with everyone else. First of all, let us recall to our mind with gratitude all those people who loved us, who helped us, who did so much sacrifices to make who we are today. And thinking about all these departed family members and relatives, let us be grateful towards them and share these merits with all of them. May they benefit from these merits. May they share these merits. May they be well and happy wherever they may be. Idang mi ñatinang hotu sukita hontu ñatayo. Idang mi ñatinang hotu sukita hontu ñatayo. Idang mi ñatinang hotu sukita hontu ñatayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings rejoice our merits. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata ca amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. This is our blessing service. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra for you, and this particular sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are now going to chant the same sutra for you, wishing you all good health, safety, and stronger immunity and peace and happiness. May the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha be with you. May the blessings of the wholesome vibration we are creating now be with you. May the blessings of the loving kindness we are radiating now be with you. With these blessings, may you all be well, be safe, be healthy, and be peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yang tang santang padang abhisamicca sakko ojo cha sojo cha suacho cha samudu anatimani santos sako cha subharo appagicco cha sallahu kavoti santrindriyo cha nipako cha appagabbo kulesu ananugindo na cha kundang samacari kincina vignyo pare upavadiyang sakino vake mino honto sabbe santa bhavanto sakitanta eke cipan bhutanti tasavatavarava anavasesadighavaye mahantava manjimaraskanukatula dittavaye vaddittaye cedure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavesi vasabbe satta bhavantu sukhitanta naparo parang nikumbete nati manyete kanta cinang kanche vyarosana patiga sanyananya manyasya dukkhamicceya matayata niyang puntang ayusaeka punta manurakki evam pisabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sabba lokasming manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddang adoca tiriyante asambhadang averang asapantang tittang charang nisinno sayano vayavatasya vigadamindo etang sating aditteya brahmametang viharang idamaho ditting ca anupagamma sīlavādasnsanīna sampanno kāmesu viniyagedang nahi jātu gabbaseyang punareti etena
sacca vajjena sotti te hotu sambada etena sacca vajjena sabbrogo vinassatu etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalam Sabbetiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassato mate bhavantantarayo sukhi dikayuko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanganubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us take a moment to reflect on past few days and record our mind whatever kind deed we did, helping someone, listening to someone, or giving something to someone. Recall an actual incident in which you did a good deed, a kind deed. Let us rejoice these moments of kindness. These moments of kindness show that we can overcome our defilements. We can free our mind. Let us rejoice. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pains. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in free my heart. Let us now record our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about past few days and recall an event you received some kindness, some care from someone else. Or you heard about a kind deed of someone. Let us rejoice. Let us rejoice this goodness of others. On this day
on this day
or in the past,
in the past,
if I have seen or heard
have seen her
of the kind deeds done by
the
others
kind deed done by
with their body, speech, or mind,
their body,
whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
being always ready to praise kind people
being always ready to praise
and follow their example.
and follow their example.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
bring safety and happiness to many living
bring
beings.
safety and happiness to many living beings.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in me
and many living
and
beings.
many living beings.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, everyone. So our rain retreat will end tomorrow, and our ceremony for robe offering is on Sunday. So I hope that you can participate. If you're planning to come, please sign up. We have only limited participants, so if you are coming, please sign up and let us know. Thank you very much for joining us today, and see you next week. And good health.